stream. Good morning, everybody. Kevin here with Bullish Bears with another live stream for you guys. We go live every day for our community. Check us out. Let's get right into it, though. So, NASDAQ, right? Because right now we got about 7 minutes till market opens. Let's check out that 30-minute on the NASDAQ. I was looking for the supply zone right here. We do have a fair value gap right above it as well. So a bit of resistance. So I'm not really going to look to play this chop over here. I might look to see how we react after we grab this liquidity into this demand zone, right? Because I want to see if buyers want to hold up over here. Where is the NASDAQ? Where is Meta? Meta's opening up $2. Tesla's opening up. Nvidia's opening up. Everything's opening up in green right now. Well, will be in about 7 minutes. You could see that with TradingView. Right now, this is yesterday's charts, but it tells us our pre-market, where we're at in the pre-market. Meta's at 467, it closed at 465. Microsoft's at 427, also closed at 427, but it's up about 50 cents. Nothing big, nothing major. Apple up about $2. Tesla about $1. Nvidia about 10. And Amazon about 50 cents, right? So we got to be aware of where these equities are when we're trading something like the NASDAQ. Now, what I also want to look for, see if there are any setups on crude oil. Let's see. That was cool. So, right, we got some supply zones up here. We have a 15-minute, I believe, right there. That 30 was broken. We have another 15 now right up here. Oh, we're getting some price action on the NASDAQ right now. Make sure we're not near the supply zone, though, so I'm not stressing about this range. We're probably going to range up, range around a little bit. Maybe if we close above this 18,775 area, target 18,800, 18,850. 18,850 is where that supply zone is on the 30-minute. Also looking at crude oil. Again, we want to know what's going on. Higher time frames are all looking a bit bullish right now. You can see it breaking the structure at the moment. We do have some liquidity right here on CL. Keep an eye out for that. It's not the strongest liquidity. We got much more strong liquidity up here, but it's a recent pivot of this previous range. So 15-minute, not seeing much. 30-minute, not seeing much. Moving this is the 15-minute. Let's see. Some buying pressure coming in on the NASDAQ. We'll take a look at that right now. So again, we don't really have much. We had that strong sell-off the other day. We broke a supplies demand zone, then we used it as supply right up here, and it gave us a wicked sell-off. We had to gap up and move higher because of the Nvidia earnings. But when we looked at Nvidia as well at that same time, I'll show you actually. Let's see. Throw this up on the 5-minute. And now I'm going to show you guys Nvidia versus the NASDAQ, right? And how we could use Nvidia to try to find the trends in the NASDAQ, right? So you see Nvidia was constantly pushing higher. The NASDAQ was struggling. It was pushing lower. So by using Nvidia and the NASDAQ to understand, okay, Nvidia has a super strong pull on the NASDAQ because it's a very strong and overvalued in a sense. Not really overvalued, the tech industry, the AI bubble, everything that's going on. They're just a phenomenal company, very highly priced, and it has a big pull on the NASDAQ. So once we started to really sell off on the Nvidia here, we finally were able to break and start pushing lower on a strong move lower here on the NASDAQ, and that gave us about a 200-point move, I think. 180 points from there to there. Oh, I don't know what just happened there. 123 from there to there, but Huge move on the NASDAQ with just the help of watching where the NVIDIA is. The NVIDIA. Let's check out if NVIDIA's got market open yet. 2 minutes, 2 minutes. See if NVIDIA's got any supply demand. Go super quick, super quick. Oh, gapped up. Hate that. We got demand zones down here. We got the gap down here. Mark that gap out. That's that earnings. 15-minute, not seeing nothing. 30-minute, not seeing anything. Not really seeing much. I would really just, if I don't see supply and demand, I'm marking out buy side, sell side. People are going to look for breaks to continue. People are going to look for breaks to continue. A lot of times when people are looking for that, what happens? We get a rejection. Look at this one right here. We failed to break, failed to hold below, started to reverse. We would look to play bulls, though, on NVIDIA. We wouldn't want to play anything short on NVIDIA because of how strong it's been, right? We have to be aware of that. I was also going to make a video for you guys on, let me know if you guys think it's a good idea, if you guys would be interested, on how to find relatively strong stocks during the day to trade. When I say stocks, I am talking about like NVIDIA, Amazon, Microsoft, Apple. Like how to tell which one of these large caps is the strongest of them all. How to know which one you should be trading that day. Thought that would be a pretty good video. Alright, so we do have market opens in 20 seconds. We have the book map up over here. Pretty strong levels coming up. 18,780. Not much higher, not much lower. Let's get our market pulse going. Not sure where that's at. Nice, nice, nice. Yes, and CL. Let's keep an eye on them. I'm going to put ES back up here. Did not come up with any ES trade plans yet. We are rejecting a broken demand zone, however, which remember, when we break that demand, we flip that to a supply. It's still a valid area of interest if it was recent and if we're breaking it with strength. Because a lot of people, once they had their buy orders, they break through, they're going to flip that to sell orders. And we get that confirmation with the book map, with the heat map, with whatever volume analysis we might use. Good movement on the crude oil right now. But it's above that buy side liquidity, so I wouldn't be chasing up here. Definitely good volume, though. Coming into a pretty strong wall. 164 sellers right there. 77.50. What's going on, YouTube? You guys got any questions, let me know. Right now we are looking at, we'll bring up the NASDAQ on Bookmap. We are looking at the NASDAQ in the middle chart, ES on the top, and crude oil on the bottom. And I will show every now and then the equities, just so we have an idea of what is strong and what's moving, right? So we see Apple had a pretty strong gap up. I'd watch equities like Apple, Amazon, and see how strong this gap up wants to go, right? Do we want to gap and go? Do we want to gap and then start to fill this gap and have sellers step in like we saw yesterday? Is the trend going? If we're looking for trend continuation, right, we're going to look at a higher time frame. And we're going to check out the higher time frame here on the NASDAQ. And we're going to say, okay, well, if I look back, we've been very bullish. But if I look to just yesterday, just the day prior, that's a crazy bearish candle right there. Now, even though we are bouncing off of a demand zone, a daily demand zone, that was a really strong sell candle. And something tells me if sellers can step in here and break that previous candle, we're going to have room for another strong day like that. So I'm not going to look for long positions right now. I'm going to be patient and see if a nice short position wants to show itself. But where? I'm not going to jump in right away. I'm going to be patient right now. Because the long-term trend has been bullish, short-term trend has been very bearish. I'm not going to force any trades. Great. Awesome. Leanna, do you mind keeping the chat, if anybody here in the Discord as well, if you keep the chat in the main chat section, not the live stream section, because a lot of times I'll miss that live stream tab. Do apologize about that. I just want to make sure I get everybody's questions and answers, and even chart recommendations, whatever you guys want. So let's go back to the 5-minute on the NASDAQ. Right now we're just chopping around. We're in a range right now. We're not looking to trade this range. There's zero reason to get in short here and expect continuation. There's zero reason to go long here and expect continuation. Right now, if you took a trade, you'd be flipping a coin. Unless you're some type of maybe a 1-minute trader, right? And you're looking for, oh, some wicks down here, some buyers are stepping in, I'll target up here for a quick scalp. But in my opinion, you're really trading with a lot more risk than probability. And you have to be very careful with that. Because when you're trading a very tight range, this is a 5-minute range. I mean, if we had a 15-minute range, 30-minute range, that's where we have nice moves. We want to always be aware of those higher time frame moves. And I'm going to wait for NASDAQ, right? I'm not going to go, oh, well, it's a long wick. A lot of sellers are trapped, right? So that's definitely a good reason to go long. Plus, I see all these sweeps coming in. We're starting to break these levels. Maybe. But I really do have to be patient because this is still strong selling. This is still the middle of this range. Again, if you were looking for a move, right now buyers are taking it out of demand. That seems to be the move we're getting. Got it right there. Nice push. Breaking pre-market highs right there. Did ES break its pre-market highs as well? Yes, right? So there's that continuation. We might continue higher, but we have to see. Again, me personally, going to wait. I'm going to stay a little patient on this. Not going to jump into anything. Didn't see anything we bounced off of. Going to wait for some type of confirmation, guys. Right now, fair value gaps are a fantastic form of confirmation for a few reasons. And one of those reasons being they can only really be formed if there was some type of momentum or strong move in the market. Yo, check out crude oil rejecting that buy-side liquidity right there. Crude. What are we thinking, ladies and gents? Where'd crude go? Pretty strong sell pressure. We sort of missed the entry. Nah, this candle just opened. We could wait a sec for potential short entry on crude oil. Take a look real quick at how that would set up. Is the risk reward worth it, or is it not? See, I don't know exactly where I'd be targeting. Probably down here, but that's like a 2-to-1. Right? And again, NASDAQ tried to break, starting to chop, just staying patient right now. Crude oil also not really giving me the best of setups. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for this candle to close. I'm going to do some more analysis on the higher time frame and figure out where would I target if I was going short. Okay, well, let's see if this was a valid short entry. And maybe we got a 15-minute candle confirmation instead of like a 5-minute. I might potentially look for us to take out these lows down here. Now those lows are right here. I'd look for us to take these lows out and potentially reverse. But I also notice there's a demand zone underneath that, so I might look to target that demand zone. But I would need that higher time frame confirmation. I would look for some type of basing candle on this 15-minute. I'd want us on the 15-minute to close below this buy-side liquidity. That would also give us that longer upper wick and small basing body. Look at that NASDAQ selling off from that area of interest. Again, why we don't chase? It's in a range. We don't trade that range. We don't trade the range as a breakout. If we're trading the range, trade the range, right? Buy at the lows, sell at the highs, sell at the highs, buy at the lows, vice versa. But scalps, don't look for the full move because there is no exact high, no exact low. You have to be so careful with that. Let's do a little quick TA on the ES, see if we got any higher time frame zones on ES. 15, 30, 40, 90, 1 hour. We'll go with the 90-minute, looks clean. Oh, Kevin, why are you using the 90-minute time frame? Well, the 90-minute time frame is just an hour and a half, right? And if I'm looking for an area of interest, a supply-demand zone, it might not fall exactly on a 1 hour, a 30-minute, a 15-minute. So sometimes it's going to fall on a 45-minute, a 90-minute. Do you need like 2 hours and 15 minutes and all of the extra ones 3 hours and 15 minutes? Not necessarily. Does having the extra options sort of give you some help? Yeah, a bit. Not a game changer, but it's definitely a bit easier. Let's change this to 90-minute. Bring that back. And let's see where we at. Apple's selling off right now. I'll show you guys that. Let's throw this up on here. Right, so look, we had NASDAQ at an area of interest. We had the ES at a broken supply zone. What happened? Sellers are stepping in, even on crude oil as well, right? So that's some pretty clean price action. Definitely might consider a short on crude here. Let's see, though. YouTube, what are you guys trading? Drop in the comments. Let me know what you're trading. It's not CL, is it? No. Oh, yeah, no, I was going to say. Alright, let's see. So really going to be super patient on the crude oil short. Not jumping the gun on it. We are closing down here, which is a pretty solid close. This is crude oil right here. Yeah, it's pretty dope. That looks pretty good. I'm going to wait, though, because you know what it is? We have this high area of liquidity, this 190 up here at the 77.50 area, which doesn't tell me exactly, oh, well, we need to go take that out. That tells me also that sellers are stepping in and placing their orders up there. So they're going to potentially want to defend this position, right? So they're going to want to keep price away from this as far as possible. So I'm keeping an eye on the time and sales. Minimum size, let's do 2. So it's nothing too big, nothing too small. Some good selling pressure. Because 1's a little too fast. 2's okay. Look at that. Pretty big buyer right there. 25 lots, 77.24 on CL. So again, I'm just sort of waiting. NASDAQ is still in its range. No reason to take NASDAQ. Again, I might look for a rejection right here on the NASDAQ. Off the demand zone, off of that pre-market areas. Those are swing lows on the NASDAQ from pre-market right here and right here. They're sitting right above this demand zone. So anybody who doesn't have a demand zone sitting there might look at it as, oh, we're breaking structure on NASDAQ to the downside. Let me go short. Meanwhile, they're getting short. They're getting liquidated because of the institutions, the heavy buyers, anybody who has this demand zone might be looking to go long here, so they're becoming that liquidity before we reverse, thinking we're taking a breakout. So I'll look for that on the NASDAQ long position. Would be like right here. Keep a pretty tight stop. Target. Now at that point, you would be able to target the high, so we would look for a pretty good setup on that. Look at crude oil bouncing right back. This might be a good spot to enter short positions on crude oil with the stop loss at the highs. Let's see, what do we got? What do we got? This is crude. If sellers could step in right here, I see some selling pressure, I'm going to grab a short on crude. But if they don't, we're staying out of it. NASDAQ still in its range. Wait for crude. Crude is still too much buy pressure on the market pulse right now. It is overbought though on the market pulse. We see that down here. So I make a video on market pulse, right? And then Bookmap makes their little video on market pulse. And then they update market pulse. So now I gotta make a new updated video on market pulse. I don't think they changed too much yet. They changed like the colors down here, market pulse settings. Oh, hold up. Crude, do I really want you short right here? I don't know. I'm not convinced. I'm just not convinced. Nothing's giving me a good setup, you know? We're just waiting. Wait for our setups. We cannot force the market to do anything. Some okay selling coming in here. What I like to use the tape for, guys, that is the time and sales over here. I don't care for it on the NASDAQ and the ES so much because they're a lot more liquid. They're a lot more volatile. But crude oil, it sort of helps out to get a feel for the buying and selling because with Bookmap, green is buying, red is selling. Whereas something like Thinkorswim, green just means it was above the previous transaction, red means it was below the previous transaction, so it doesn't really explain for us what's going on and what we're seeing. Thanks for explanation. What time frame are you using to find the range? So right now I'm looking at the 5-minute, right? I see the 5-minute chart on the NASDAQ here. We can make crude a bit shorter. We opened on this candle right here. We had a long wick lower, pushed back higher. We broke that pre-market high, and then what happened? We failed to hold above it. We rejected, we came back lower. So what I'm seeing right now on the 5-minute is there's failure for any type of continuation, right? Every time the market tries to break higher, it broke. Here, let's move this. Broke this high, failed. Broke this high, failed. Now, what that's telling me is instead of trying to take this next breakout, like a lot of people might try, I'm going to be a little more patient on this because the last few times we tried to break out, failed. So I would look for the only way I would take any type of long position, especially because we're not at a demand zone, which gives us our areas of interest to buy or sell, or supply zone. I would look for a strong break, and I would look for us to close somewhere maybe above this 18,790 area, or above 18,784. Got to give it a realistic target. But I would look for some type of fair value gap to form some type of basing candle, anything that would sort of give me an idea that, okay, buyers are present, we are holding that previous swing, that we're not failing again and again. Got to take note, too, at the ES. The ES is not at a new high of day yet, the NASDAQ is. So now that tells me two things. The NASDAQ is stronger, but it also tells me that there's a bit of divergence to, again, be careful that we're still in a bit of a range. So there's that 783, 784 I was talking about. Here we are on the NASDAQ. That's good buying pressure though, right? So this might be that continuation we're looking for. And we see that with heat map. If we're looking at a naked chart like this, then we're going to say this might be a fake out. This will probably be a fake out. If we're using the heat map, we can see the volume. We can see the market structure, the liquidity. This is the active, time and sales. This is the level 2. Is the current order book, and that tells us where all the passive limit orders are sitting. So right now there's a ton at 18,771, and they're always actively moving as well. Guys, give me 1 sec. I'll be back in 1 moment. Alright, never mind. So, again, also using heat map, I could see that we had a lot of sweeps come in. Sweep orders hit the market once we break a key level or a strong area, and there was a lot of liquidity, right? So this big green bubble, this was a heavy area on the heat map. We swept through it. There were a lot of limit orders to stop people out there. So they got swept, they got stopped out. A lot of times when we have those sweeps on the heat map, we have that reversal too, and we have a fake out. Look at this. Again, exactly what I'm talking about. We don't know. We don't think this is going to continue, because the previous price action has solidified that for us, has told us that. The market tells us things, guys. We just have to listen to it. YouTube, learn more like this in our community, bullishbears.com. Check us out, join our community. Check out our Instagram, Bullish Bears. I try to post content on there 2-3 times a week. I'll try to post a reel or a short, whether it be on TradingView or Bookmap. Going to try to keep that active. YouTube as well. I'm going to be working on some new next level material as well for you guys. So anybody who has the lifetime, I think it's the yearly as well, you get the next level on bullishbears.com library. I'm going to go over some supply demand, like advanced supply and demand, like how to use demand as supply, how to find a proper zone versus like an improper or a not so trustworthy zone, I should say. And how to know when you should and shouldn't get into a trade with supply and demand. Look at that. See, I'm glad I waited on that crude oil. So now I'm definitely going to wait and see if we want to, again, reject on this candle. And look at the NASDAQ, guys. Anybody chasing long positions up here, all these buyers are now trapped. We started reversing on them. They are trapped in the market. That's exactly why we wait. This is a fantastic video so far on how not to trade a range, right? We do not trade ranges. I see that. But if you look just a little further, it's still got those other previous pivot lows. There we go. There we go. It's getting close. Definitely getting close. NASDAQ's still the stronger of the two, even though both are presenting a sell-off right now. Yo, what's going on, Moonshift, JPJ, Jojo, Jim Trader, Jim, Habibi, Desi, Chris, everybody, what's up? Chad, Blackfoot, all y'all. Hope you guys are doing good. You guys have a good week so far? Friday already. You guys closing the week off green? I know. Where is... Somebody messaged me. He's not in here right now. He passed his first eval yesterday using the supply demand, which is awesome. Love to hear it, guys. There we go. Nice rejection off that high. News at 10 a.m. Revised UOM consumer sentiment. All right. So, guys, also, if you want to check the news on TradingView really quickly, you come down to this calendar icon. You click that. Economic. And we're going to keep... I usually like to keep the only high importance on. Today's Friday. We had 8:30 durable goods. Not durable goods. What was that? Yeah, durable good orders. But today, Friday, 10 o'clock. Michigan consumer expectations, sentiment final, Michigan. I don't think it's going to have that big of an impact on the market, but we could definitely keep an eye on it. Always important to know and be aware of when there's news in the market, but we'll see. We'll see. We are in a range, right? So this range might be an anticipation to that news. Some good selling. You see all these sell orders coming in on the NASDAQ. We might be rejecting, or these sellers might be trapped, right? It's always a one or the other with the market. It's never they're selling. If they got it wrong, that's all right. They're either wrong and they're wrong. They're red on the trade, or they're right and they're right on the trade. There is, unfortunately, but fortunately, no middle grounds. But that's why we manage our risk, right? That is where the middle ground is. That's where our middle ground is. So looking at crude oil, glad we sat out of crude. Crude was rude. NASDAQ still failing to push lower. We have ES hitting this 1 hour demand zone. However, we did break it. We have anything else down here on ES? 15? Maybe a 15 like right here. Oh, well, definitely a 15 right here, actually. So that's going to be important. Same with the NASDAQ. Alright, so we're going to keep an eye on those levels 15-minute time frame wise. Other than that, I got a supply zone on the NASDAQ up here, but we would have to break this area of interest. Or we have these demand zones down here. We could see if we want to line up down there. Also looking for this liquidity grab, liquidity sweep down here on the NASDAQ, right? So maybe ES pushes into its demand zone down here while the NASDAQ is reaching this demand zone right here, because this one's a bit higher than that one. Plus, the NASDAQ has been a bit stronger as well. So we take all these things into consideration. We try to align our strategy and where the market is going to line up. But we don't predict, right? We just react. So we're trying to be predictive in the sense of, if we come to this, I'll try to trade it like this. If we do this, then this. But we can't act upon the prediction. We have to act upon the reaction to our prediction. If our prediction starts to lay out right and things start looking in our favor, then we can take that. That's something that we, in a sense, predicted, because we've seen this in the market before. We've seen it coming to this specific zone, an order block, a breaker block, a fair value gap, a Fibonacci, a supply demand or support resistance, all these things. When you're able to trade consistently enough and be patient enough for your setup to hit, that's when we take our trades, when our setups are hitting. Not chasing everything left and right, or else we'd be stuck in the chop right here. I think we go a bit lower. I do, because again, I want to see how we get down here. Good push right there. Sorry, I didn't know I moved the market like that. Just kidding. Just kidding. Nobody moves the market. Like what's his name? Oh, I'm trying to blank. Yeah. Sig said the Michigan stuff at 10 too. That's funny. YouTube, somebody said in the comments the Michigan reports at 10. Sig also dropped. We have Signet is another teacher, educator in our group, right? He's great. Super smart dude. Always dropping good knowledge. Good sellers coming in. Might see that continuation. Amazon selling off. NVIDIA pretty weak under VWAP. We have that news in 5 minutes. Still just staying patient. We could look at higher time frames at the moment. See what candles are forming what. 15 minute is a bit of a hangman candle on the NASDAQ. That's usually a sign of a reversal. 30 minute, nothing much either. 45, not really seeing anything that catches my eye. Guess I would really look for how the hourly is going to close. 2 hour closes as well. We'll see. We'll see. We got about 4 minutes till the higher time frames close. It's going to give us an idea of the direction for the rest of the day. I don't use. Let me see. Let me try to pull it up. That's good to give the TOS version a try first. 100%. 100. That's what I'd recommend to anybody who's interested in Bookmap, because it's Well, there's that, and you know what? The Bookmap platform itself, you could go to the Bookmap website and download it and use it for free. I think they give you like a trial period, or they even have a free version that only works on like Bitcoin. But even with the Bitcoin, you could at least get a feel for how the software and the I guess the program works, you know, before you download it. So when you download it, you're not like completely lost. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Oh, YouTube, could you guys hear the Discord people? I'll also be back in a second. I gotta grab my phone. They can't. Damn. Oh, I should try to fix that. Cause it's funny when I'm not talking YouTube, they're talking. So that's try to fix that. Oh, it should be good. I don't know. I won't stress over it. You guys won't stress over it. That's all right. It's educational purposes and all that. Look at this range we're in on the NASDAQ right now, guys. Just up, down, zero continuation. What happened up here? We were going to break out. We got another fail again. It's just no continuation. I'm still looking to see if we could sweep these lows and get a nice quick rejection higher. Got to be careful with the target on that, though, because we've been ranging, right? So this might be a break before we return, but we might not see the top of the range again. We might start to reverse, and instead of making higher highs, start making lower highs. What time is it? 1 minute till the Michigan's sentiment. Or I'm sorry, it's 11 seconds. Look at oil. Boring. Crude oil looks good for shorts, though. Crude oil always looks good to short. Who am I kidding? Ooh, that's a pretty nice 30-minute candle for bears on crude oil. Nice. Nice pump right there. A lot of sweeps coming through. See if we could break that high again. Okay, there's a new high on the NASDAQ today. ES again failing those highs. I do think it's going to break it on this, though. Yep, there it is. Reason for more confirmation on this break than the previous breaks. News-driven moves often do have a bit more push to it than some other type of moves. Am I going to take this one anyways? Nope. In fact, I'm going to wait for a move on the crude oil lower if it wants. I still don't trust it to hold higher either. I do, though, because I want it to target this 30-minute supply zone up here. And we're about not that far off. Well, I'm going to look for a retest of this zone if we close up there. Check the 1 minute for fair value gaps. See if this 1 minute wants to continue. Some pretty fire volume right there, not going to lie. But I'm going to stay out of it. Taking a look at our tools. Our Market Pulse tools. Market Pulse is awesome, guys. If you're a scalper, 100 billion% would recommend to use Bookmap. Not for nothing, but for the Market Pulse tool. But honest, yeah, no, it's pretty good. It's pretty. Even this down here, the overbought, oversold, it's crazy because it almost adjusts. Well, it does adjust itself due to volume, right? So it's based off of volume. It's not based off of any moving averages or this or that or anything, anything of that nature that could be some type of lagging indicator or anything like that. So it's volume based, which volume moves the market, and it's constantly giving pretty good feedback, right? So if we're like overbought, we could continue for a little bit, absolutely, but there's usually a really good chance that we're going to pull back at some point. So when we start throwing in our zones with the market pulse, we're able to get in overbought in supply. And that's going to give us a really nice little pullback there, right? We're able to add confirmations onto these indicators. And again, these indicators are volume based, which is great. I might look to go light on what's it called right here. Maybe not. Light on the NASDAQ. Because that's that area I wanted to retest. You know what it is? I don't have it lined up. Where we at? Let's go right there. We'll see. We'll give it a shot. But I'm not a big fan of it. Super light on that one. If we break below, though, I'm out. Instantly out. Yeah, see the bears coming right back in. These buyers failing each time. But I want to see that 5 minute. I want to see buyers step in. We retested that area. If we fail, then I'm out. I went very light in this. When we go light in our trades, we enter light, expect to move higher, and we add on the confirmation. That way, if it does run right to our stop, we're losing a bare minimum. If it does continue, then we're good. We're in a winning trade. We might be a little light, but it gives us the opportunity to add. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this type of price action. I do want to see strong buying right here. Big green bubble would be great. Big green bubble, big green pop. Let's keep that news running. Let's go hit that 30-minute supply zone up here. Okay, buyers stepping back in a little bit. Pretty strong candle on that. Just being careful. I do have a pretty tight stop. Got to be careful now, though, too, because we might want to pull back before we continue, because we might create a fair value gap here, right? And the market's not the biggest fan of that. But let's see. That was some good buying pressure from news. I'm looking to ride this up. We're in some light long positions right now. Sellers are trying to step in aggressively, but they just keep failing. But ES also is not at the best point right now, which is a bit concerning. But we're gonna hold this on the NASDAQ unless we break below right here. Again, very light position. It's Friday and we're in a range. We're looking for a move higher with that news. Hot data good for dollar, not for stocks as a rule. All right. Nice. There we go. See if we want to hold this one, continue this one. Because remember, though, look at this previous high. We wicked it again. So sellers are active, but we are in some long positions here on the NASDAQ. Very good. Keeping it light. It's Friday. We were in a range. I'm looking for a break. I'm looking for a target 18,844. Nice, good push. Look at the market pulse. Nice and green. Boom. Here we go, guys. Good stuff. Great stuff, man. I'm going to stay patient on this. Sellers are trying to step right back. Be really patient because, again, these wicks are huge. ES is not at that high. NASDAQ is, however. And, Nvidia is pretty weak right now. Not a fan. That's the same thing we got yesterday. Weakness on Nvidia. Nvidia finally sold off, and then the NASDAQ just went crazy to the downside. So I'm going to keep an eye on that, right? I have NVIDIA on the top screen, looking at equities on the top screen because I want to be aware of where they are. Some sellers stepping in on the NASDAQ right there, guys. We see that with the large trades alerts. I'm still in these as long as we don't hit this stop down here. Sellers are having a tough time dropping into there. We're, again, though, still in this range. NVIDIA stronger to the downside again. So again, these are reasons why we're light in this trade. We have a few things running against us right now. If I could get NVIDIA trending to the upside, that's going to give us so much more extra confirmation that we should see higher on the NASDAQ. If it continues, though, to be weak and try to push lower, there's a higher chance that we're going to reverse and fail to push higher. So I'm going to be patient. I'm watching the NASDAQ flow right here. Crude oil's just still chopping around. We're just waiting. We're at the top of a range. We're not buying up here. We're waiting. My stop loss is 18,767. Entry was about 18,780. Some buying pressure coming in on the NASDAQ. But it's keep failing. It's keep getting weak. Let's see. Want to see that continue. How's it looking on the 15-minute, right? How are the higher time frames looking? NASDAQ looks pretty good on the 15 to continue if we want to push higher and hold above this level right here. On the 15-minute time frame. Same with the 30-minute time frame. That's pretty good for bulls right there. Let's see what ES is looking like on the 30. A bit more choppy. But it's doing its best now. Yeah, we could be extra careful with this move higher on the NASDAQ, guys. This thing's going to probably want to stop hunt. Definitely not a fan of that candle close for bulls, but we're going to wait. Again, light enough that if it wins, nice. If it loses, it's nothing. We're looking at a pretty solid risk reward, 5-1 on this trade. We're chilling. It's Friday. Go light. Take it easy. Yeah, these sellers, man. Sellers are going to want to sweep us. And if that happens, I'm reversing this. Yeah, NVIDIA's pushing lower. I'm going to hit that reverse button right there, guys. Definitely not a fan of the bulls at all. But they're breaking range. I mean, NASDAQ's still stronger than ES. I don't know, guys. It's tough. That's tough. Oh, now NVIDIA wants to flip. Okay. Okay. It's got that changed mind. We're back in it. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. It juked me out a little bit. Market likes to make you dance first. Don't buy at the highs. Don't buy at the breakouts of highs. Most dangerous spot to buy. Okay, sellers are keep batting it down. Sellers are very strong. Very strong here. ES also had a bit of a resistance. Yeah, I don't know, man. We're just sort of chopping right now. 3 minutes left on this 5-minute on the NASDAQ. Yes. What's going on? Yeah, the problem with setting its break even too soon, especially if, like, let's say I enter and we immediately push higher, the market's gonna have pullbacks. The market's gonna know where our stops are, where our entries are, not because it knows exactly where me, Kevin, I'm setting it, but because it knows in a whole psychologically where's a good spot to enter, where would a logical exit be, and so on. So because of that, we really have to be aware and say, okay, you know what? I'm going to keep my stop here the whole time and let it breathe. Or if we do get some type of extra confirmation on the trade, like if we enter at supply and then we get a second entry somewhere, once we're able to take that second entry, we should be able to then move our stop loss. Sure thing. Tesla's pumping away, Meta new high a day. Microsoft's weak. I mean, I'm just gonna get out of this and sit in my hands for a little bit. This is garbage. Ooh, sellers again though. Look at the seller stepping in on ES. Nasdaq too getting pretty weak. But it's just like they're trying. No, I can't trust these longs anymore, guys. I haven't all morning. I'm not gonna start now. Could maybe see this candle turn red here. If this candle wants to turn red here and start pushing lower, trapping buyers, that would be great. Yes, very weak. Crude oil, very weak. Just need Nasdaq is pretty weak, but it's keep trying to push higher. Nasdaq is doing its best to stay bullish. Remember, Nasdaq has been stronger than the ES. 3 seconds in this 5 minute. Some gross price action, man. Like the 15, the higher time frames say bullish, but like that 5 minute just says like bears should be whacking us down right now. But they're not. Buyers keep doing their best. Yeah, it's crazy, man. They're gonna go take out the highs again on Nasdaq. The choppiest move higher ever on the Nasdaq right now. Hindsight, yeah, I should have held the longs, but like, gross, dude, gross. Not for this garbage. That's crazy, man. Yeah, we're gonna close out real quick. I did end up taking a very tiny short, but we might actually pop. That's crazy. Somebody's got a question. Give me 1 second. Dude, that's nuts. That's nuts. That's crazy. The Nasdaq was shooting at my feet before, making me get out of my setup. Question: long-term traders, big picture of things is Bullish Bears place much stocks. Kevin, the setup is no good for NQ and ES today, but you can take Meta. Yeah, Meta. I mean, Meta's going freaking crazy right now. That's what's helping Nasdaq push higher for sure. Look at Meta right here. Good stuff. Yo, Habibi, fantastic, dude. Fantastic freaking eye, man. Good stuff. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. Nasdaq, how do you sleep at night? Like a baby. That's fine, Nasdaq. We'll play the waiting game. I'm all for it. All for it. Gotta listen to yourself, guys. That was a great example. I got stopped out of my own long position. Didn't get hit at a stop loss. I just wasn't feeling the candles right. I felt the price action was a bit more bearish. I felt buyers kept failing. And usually that's just, right? Usually that will happen. Usually we will see it fail. Then a lot of times the market does give us some type of clues like that. However, when we enter a trade, we have to know it's either going to hit our target or hit our stop loss. It's only going to hit two things, but it's not going to go right to our target. It might go right to our stop loss, but unless we're scalping, there's a good chance it's going to chop around a little bit. I'm going to give this 1 minute fair value gap a shot on the NASDAQ. I don't know how I feel about it though. I just don't like the price action today. If anything, if I step out of this one, we're just going to be patient and wait for this 30-minute supply zone setup. Nope, this might be it. Let's see. Keep it on the 1 minute for you guys. What do you guys want to see? 1 minute, 5 minute? Come on, buyers. Let's do it one more time. One more leg. Oh, where are we at? There we go. One more leg. There we go. Some buying pressure. Just hit the tape. Got to see if we could break this high. I really need ES to start making a new high a day as well. It's still failing to, but NASDAQ still has been stronger. NVIDIA with a bit of a push higher, trying to break above VWAP right now. Good stuff. All right. All right. Got to be careful. Good stuff. Good stuff. At a 3-to-1. 3.5 to 1 risk to reward on this trade. See a strong move with buyers. Really want to see. Oh, did ES make that new high a day? So close on ES, man. So close, dude. So close. It's right there. I think it'll see it. Let's see. Look how strong that ES high a day is, though, on ES. 43.10. 330 lots. That's huge. Guys, that's a huge wall of resistance right there on the ES. We need a strong buy bubble. We're going to see that sweeps come through if we can break this. All right, they're starting to take away. They're moving their orders. Oh, man. Staying patient on this. That's a strong level of resistance up here on ES. That's crazy. That's crazy. Look how strong that is. Boom, right back into that 1 minute fair value gap. Nice. Welcome to our second entry. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know, man. ES really weak there. That's crazy. Maybe that's our second entry, I'm not gonna lie. Ooh, gross. Market's doing its best. I want to see if we could close above this 1 minute fair value gap again. If that is the case, I will probably look to add. Nice. Still got 10 seconds, man. That's plenty of time for the market to dump. That's crazy. Not dump, but if we're looking at the 1 minute, plenty of time for it to do whatever it wants to do. Whew. Come on, squeeze them. Squeeze them. Oh man, that's tough right there. Gonna stay patient on that. Hey Kev, do you ever trade? Yeah, we trade gold a little bit. Gold's sort of not the cleanest in price action, in my opinion. It does have clean price action. I shouldn't say that. I'm just better off with like crude oil, Nasdaq, something like that. I've taken some pretty good trades on gold. It just doesn't respect supply demand levels like I would want it to, in a sense. I know it all depends. There's market structure is always shifting. Strategies are always changing whether they work or not. So it's just something to sort of take in and to consider. All right, where are we at on this 1 minute? That was pretty clean. Let's see. Really want ES to break that level, man. I'm gonna add on Nasdaq and move my stop loss below this recent pivot right here. Nasdaq's been making new highs. ES has been struggling. There's that new high on ES. That's exactly what we're looking for, guys. Now we got to see buyers step in on Nasdaq. Boom, just like that, guys. Just like that. Just know what we're looking for. Be patient. Execute accordingly. Have your winners take over your losers. No problem. Add to your winners. There we go. Run it. Keep going, baby. Good stuff. Good stuff. I'm going to look to... We'll hold this because that was a pretty good 5 minute right there. Probably get out of a few. How's that 15 looking? We'll see. I'm not a big fan of this 5 minute candle right here. But that's what the market did to me earlier. It made it look like bears were going to step in and then they failed. ES starting to erase this level. Still very heavy above it though. Did make a new high a day though. Let's go Bulls. Let's go Bulls. It was a stormy night, the night where the lightning strikes. Do 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 do. Let's go. I'm probably gonna scale. Let's see. I don't know, man. Forget scaling. We're going for that 18,843 up there. My only thought was we might wick the top of this 5 minute candle, then reverse, but I don't know, man. I like this. Nice. Boom. Let's go, guys. Huge. Huge. Run it. Run it. Let's go, Nasdaq. Let's go, Nasdaq. Give us a good end of our week. Let's go, baby. Keep going. About 20 a little less than 20 points away from our target up here. Yo, YouTube, hit that like and subscribe button. Discord, hope you guys are in some longs with me here. Don't go chasing up here because there is still always chance of pullback. We are looking at the 1 minute right now. Definitely considering scaling out of some, but quite honestly, I think I'm just going to wait for that target up here. Look at this. Look at ES right here. That's beautiful. Yeah, we're going to go, baby. We're going to go. I don't know. I'm gonna wait, but this looks good. ES is breaking those levels, pulling those levels, continuing higher. That looks good. Nice, guys. Let's go. Huge. Huge. Keep going. Oh my goodness. Keep going, baby. Keep it going. Huge, guys. Huge. And it's gonna, let's go. Let's go. We're holding this. This thing's gonna smash right through that 30-minute. I'm gonna get out of some up there, though. I'm gonna get out of, what? We'll get out of 3. I'm in 8 right now. I went micros again today, guys. Gotta take it slow. Slow and small. But we're in 8 micros. Started with 5 at 8:03. Added like 3. 8:14. Actually, no, I added 3 right here. 8:09. So we're so close to that final TP, guys. We're so close to the final TP. It's time for the market to reverse now. Nah, look at, you could tell. So, guys, something I want to tell you guys, don't trade against the momentum. Look at the 1 minute momentum right here. Now, yes, this 1 minute looks very red. Oh my goodness, I'm so scared. I'm going to stop out. But look at the momentum of this 1 minute. These candles right here. That's strong momentum. We don't look for this to just randomly reverse. We look for something like this to continue. If we were on the 5 minute, same thing. So not so much of the same thing because of the wicks. But let's see this momentum, it like a slingshot, right? When we get a slingshot like that, slingshots, the strength, the speed of it, it's not just going to come to a quick stop unless it hits a brick wall. But it's going to need a little bit of either consolidation or some type of area of resistance. And again, this might pull back right here for a little bit. That's fine. It might not. We don't know. We don't know till it happens. 28 seconds left in this 5 minute candle. We're good on this. We're chilling right now, guys. Getting some dumb little sell noises on crude oil right now. Keeping an eye on the NASDAQ. Really want to see those buyers continue just like that. Just like that, guys. Huge. Huge. 50 seconds left in this 1 minute. I believe. There's a new 5 minute. Alright, so it's a new 5 minute. That's great. Look at this 5 minute candle. Look at the 5 minute candles right here. Again, another sling. It was a strong move. So we shouldn't just randomly reverse over here. Strong moves usually have some type of continuation, some type of momentum behind them. Because of that, I might move my take profit to 52 and get another 10 points out of this trade. That's how we take advantage of what the market is giving us. Now we're hitting this little 1 minute fair value gap right there and holding it. But again, we might want to go stop hunt that fair value gap. A lot of people are entering there. Look how strong the ES is. I mean, this is great, guys. This is good. This looks good. It reminds me of like a meme, like things said moments before a disaster. But nah, this looks alright right here. We're staying patient in these longs from 804, targeting 843, 851. There we go, buyers. That's what I'm talking about. Just take it slowly. Take it easy. Take it easy. Easy. Good stuff. Good stuff. Taking it easy. Taking it easy. Stanking it slow. Any Bob Marley fans in here? The market always makes me want to listen to music. Here we go. Here we go, guys. Coming up to our target. About 5 points away. Huge. Phenomenal. That slingshot, that momentum. That 5 minute. I'm staying patient. It could chop around a little bit. That's okay. Because now I'm not just targeting the top of the supply. I want to target a little deeper in it. That's what she said. Y'all got any questions? Let me know. What'd you say? Good stuff, man. Good stuff. It eases, it keeps you easy with it. Here we go, Bulls. Let's go. Huge. Great. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Oh, I didn't even know I had this indicator on. Absorption indicator, apparently. I think that's what that is. Give us a crazy move, baby. Come on, Market Pulse. Give us a strong, strong, strong buying move right there. At this point, I'm going to at least take some off at that take profit up there. Because I don't want to say we're running out of momentum, but we're sort of running out of momentum. So I'm hovering. So guys, what I like to do, I have my limit order at 852 right now. But right now what I'm doing on my other computer is I'm clicking and I'm just dragging and I'm hovering it over that 43 level. Because I do want to know if we get weak at that level, then I'm probably going to want to just get out of this trade. But if we do stay strong, we blow right through that level, I'm going to want to hold that trade. I don't want to get out of the position yet. So I'm going to stay patient on this. I do think we might pop through it. I'm looking at the strength on ES. I'm looking at NASDAQ. These are looking real good right now. The only thing that doesn't look good is that the higher time frames aren't really giving us like a new demand zone to work with. So I'll tell you what, I probably will scale out maybe of a majority of my contracts. 8, I want to do 3, 4. Now, if you're looking at the 1 minute, you're getting scared. If you're looking at the 5 minute, you're still just like, okay. So, alright. Making me go, let me move my target. Because I still feel like these bulls might want to go a little crazy. And if they go crazy, they don't care where my target is. They're just going to keep going. Come on, baby. Let's go. Let's go. So close. This next pop right here. Give us a countdown. 3, 2. Come on. Give us that take profit. We're so close. All these sellers stepping in now. Messing it up. All these sellers messing it up for us. Yeah, where we at? I'm gonna get all out at that first take profit, that 43 level. So let's get one more push in there. All out. Nah, I got like 4. I'll sell 4. It feels good. I don't know, man. It feels like we're just gonna continue. How's ES book map, heat map? It's getting real weak on ES. That's one of the big problems right now. We're in some pretty good profit. We were how many points? We were like 2 points away from our take profit on the NASDAQ. 5 minutes still looks good enough for me to hold. I'm not jumping out of this. NASDAQ has been stronger. Nvidia has been trying to push higher. It is above its VWAP. Amazon weak, Apple's pretty strong, Meta's still trying to push higher. I'll wait. Definitely going to probably look to get out of these, but look at these bears trying to step in here, guys. The market, ooh, man, look at that market playing with our take profit like that, dude. Okay, we just took out a little bit of a pivot low right here. So let's be careful. Let's wait. Let's wait. Could have been a stop hunt, right, before we go reverse. But I'm gonna wait. Strong selling pressure on crude. NASDAQ too, pretty strong. Boo. We're waiting. 5 minutes still telling me don't stress, but that's a tough 5 minute candle right there. Gonna wait. Still got 240 left in this 5 minute candle. That's plenty of time for it to wick right back up, guys. And now imagine all the people who thought they should sell right there, right? All these people going short. But we still have our target. Still waiting, man. Come on, NASDAQ. 2 more points. 2 more points. Oh, that's so nice. So generous, Nasdaq. You shouldn't have. Yo, guys, this is a great stream today. I'm probably gonna have Lucian throw this in like some type of next level library or something, but definitely get it off the public because this is a great one. Great price action, simple price action, and great examples and great entries and exits. Good examples of bad examples. Yep. Yep, absolutely. And that's something a lot of people have trouble with. That's what I'm saying. This is such a great like stream to like replay and go back, like go over how to spot the range. It's a 5 minute range. What's happening when we break the highs, we're rejecting, and all this other stuff. So this is a good one. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Market's dancing around right now. I do have a bit more confidence in my longs again because of that 1 minute candle that pushed us up. It's tough, man. That's tough. You know what it is? It's because we have this target at this 30-minute supply. But a lot of times, if we're chopping around before we hit that target, it's because we're going to blow through it. But I also don't want to be the one holding too long. So we're going to just wait here. Again, still in some long positions. Not stressing. 40 seconds in this 5 minute. Plenty of time to roll over. We had like a 2 tick fair value gap right there that we hit. That's really funny. Yo, would love to continue. Nasdaq, what if I said I promise I'll get out at that take profit? We're staying patient here, guys. Market's gonna chop around. Like I said earlier, it's never gonna go just right from our entry to our take profit. It almost did. Look at this run right here. It almost did. It was close. It's gonna chop us out, make people stop out down here instead of up here, ruin their risk to reward on the trade instead of being patient. So we're gonna wait. Unless we're rejecting a supply that I missed, which is also, there's always a chance of that. ES is getting pretty light up here. I see Nvidia hold bullish would be great. Meta again at another new high a day. Great call by somebody in the community about Meta and AMD and stuff like that. Always good to be aware of your stocks, your equities, what's strong, what's weak. Let's be patient and see if the patience pays today, guys. What time is it? 10:41. The market knows I like to be done by now. No, I'm just kidding. Market doesn't know anything about us. The market doesn't know our names. The market doesn't know what we trade, why we trade, where we trade. The market just knows swing highs, lows, price, and volume. Hey buyers, what's going on? You want to step back in again, or we just gonna dance around? Give us that slingshot. One more slingshot. I got my first exit at that TP. 18,843. 40 points from entry. 4-1, 5-1. I think that was a 4-1. Should have been a 4-1. Boo. I don't like the sellers on ES look very weak, but again, this could just be the chop. I want one more quick push higher. This might even be a flag before we push higher again. So again, that would give me the thought that we might even have a whole second leg and might even want to be able to target up here. So I'm really staying patient. In fact, I like that we're chopping around before my target because it gives me the idea that because of this consolidation, we're just going to spike right through it. Like sellers have been trying this whole time to push us lower and have failed the whole time. So why wouldn't we break higher and trap all of these sellers? But also, these buyers have been trying to step in and push us higher, and they've been failing. So I'm going to be really patient on this trade, guys. I think we could flag out. I think we could break this low again over here. Like right there. I think we could break that. Because it's going to activate a lot of stops. ES getting very heavy up here with sellers. Oversold on the market pulse on ES. There's some sellers. How's that 5-minute looking? Hasn't closed yet. See if we want to flag out. Staying patient. Hey, good morning, Ricardo. What's going on? Where did I find this area that I entered at? A 1 minute? Oh. Like trying to figure it out. So again, right, buyers aren't looking too good. I wasn't a fan of this 5-minute candle. We did end up reversing, but I think we could flag. I don't know. I just don't trust the bears right now. We didn't hit our target. Buyers have been pretty strong. Want to see Nvidia push higher. Microsoft push higher. Meta push higher. We get Meta pushing higher again, we're probably going to see a nice move. Oh, you see that? They're starting to pull orders on ES up here. Starting to get weaker on the sell wall up there. Nice, nice. Let's see. Just waiting right now. Sellers are pretty strong. I'm not jumping out of my long yet. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. No way we were 2 points away. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. I've been in. No, no, no. I wish that'd be nice. It ranged for a bit when the market opened. So I was teaching and going over how the market ranges, and then it broke with some news reports. So we got in on a 1 minute fair value gap over here. There we go. Yeah. What's crude oil doing, man? It's just like dumb right now. Come on, NASDAQ. Let's get that buying pressure in there. NASDAQ's definitely having a tough time. But buyers have been pretty strong. Oh, you know what? I didn't see the Fibonacci on this one. I'm trying to use the fib more. Got you. Got you. Ah, no, that ain't even close. Nice. Look at this sort of flag, that flag pattern, then a push higher, so might even expect another leg. Would be great if we moved like another, like, I don't know, 100 points, 50 points, 40 points. I'm game. ES holding this key level. NASDAQ pretty strong. Love to see it. NVIDIA trying to push higher. We're going to hold these. Could definitely consider exiting here for the slim chance that we don't make our way to that target. But you got to remember we're going against our rules. Then we're exiting prematurely. I did that earlier, right? We learned from that, right? Earlier. Where was it? I was long, right, in this position. And I saw these wicks and said, nope, sellers are active. Sellers are going to try to bat us down. So I got out. And then what happened? We chopped around. We kept going in that direction. So I could have been in a long position instead of 804 at like 780. 20 more points. Good buying pressure. Let's go. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, you might have a deeper target on this trade. Now I gotta figure out what this indicator is too. Good stuff, good stuff. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Boom, there's our target. There's our target. Let's blast. Let's see if we blast right through it. Ooh, that's tough, man. It's having trouble. It's having trouble. I gotta exit there, man. I gotta exit half my contracts there at least. I don't know, though. I feel good on this. I feel good, Rick James. Ow! There we go. I'm gonna get out of... Oh, no. Alright, out of half. I might just get out of all of it, seeing that we're already trying to reject this level. But, I mean, that slingshot right there, guys... Gonna hold this for a sec. A lot of sweeps coming in that supply zone too, though. That was a pretty strong 5-minute, that last 5-minute candle. Let's see. We have our first take profit. We're officially locked in. No loose trade. All that fun stuff. Tell you what, guys, we're getting weak at this supply zone. I'm going to be careful. I did say, however, I felt like we were dancing before it because we might blow right through it. So we're going to wait. Wait a little bit. Look at the 1 minute. See how the 1 minute's doing. That was a pretty clean rejection off that 1 minute. Not a fan. Staying patient. That's why we got out of a majority at our take profit, locking those gains. Look at the sell orders coming in right off that supply zone. That supply zone might still be a good short setup, right? We don't know yet. How's the 15 looking? Shit, it might. Yeah, that 15. If that 15 closes like a small green body, that could be a nice sell-off from here. But as of right now, I'm staying patient. Equity sort of hit with some selling right now. A lot of people were looking to take this breakout long too. So again, gotta be careful. Gonna have some pullback. Getting some buying pressure in crude oil right now and in the NASDAQ. Not that strong yet on NASDAQ. You'll hear the noise on Bookmap. ES with some buying strength. I'd like to see this continue, guys. Let's see. Nice. All right. All right. We're hitting that target one more time. If we fail it one more time, I'm all out. If we push through, we're going to hold a little bit. All right, starting to reject. Let's see. Come on, give me a push. Let's go crazy. Meta new high a day. Microsoft new high a day. Apple trying to push higher. I want to see these bulls, guys. But we're struggling at the supply zone. Could always exit and re-enter, right? That might throw you off a little bit, but gotta be careful. Here we go. All right, some buyers, sellers. We're chopping around here at the supply zone, guys. I'm going to get all out right there, lock in the gains. Fantastic job today, guys. I hope you all were able to get a good trade in. Got any questions, let me know. Again, these buyers might still continue, right? That tricked me out, but we might, boom, right there. Nice. That was clean. That was good price action. Good range today. Good examples today. Look at this, dude. This might continue. I knew that was good. Yes, sir. That was good stuff. Good stuff by everybody. Look at this absorption. I got to figure out what this absorption indicator configuration. I'm going to figure this indicator out, make a video for you guys. So many cool indicators on Bookmap. Don't forget, use code Bullish Bears if you're signing up for Bookmap for 20% off your first month. Good trades today, guys. Great trade. Good target. We spoke about this target earlier in the morning. This morning we had this range and we were talking about the range and how to and how not to trade it. And how to be aware of ranges and be aware for fake outs and not take every breakout we see. And then how to acknowledge that, okay, this was a real breakout because it was also news driven. Boom, guys, look at these buyers. Still smashing right through. That's crazy, dude. That's nuts. Like I said, a slingshot. When price gets momentum and volume behind it, volume is what moves the market. It's going to, if we're in a strong move, it's not going to just stall out, stop out. It will have some type of consolidation like this before reversing or before even continuing. But a lot of times, once that momentum starts, it will slingshot, it will continue. Great trades today, guys. Holy cow, great stuff. YouTube, hit that like and subscribe button.